Della Reese, comedian Dottie Archibald, singer Al Stewart. And it all happens after Bernie gets cleaned up.
Connoisseur, but he is first and foremost a singer and a songwriter, and he's got himself another big hit single. Here to sing it for us with his band, Shot in the Dark, is Al Stewart.
You say with best intention, let's throw away convention, set sail across the water to find the tides of fortune. I say please understand it, don't let our love be stranded upon the midnight rocks. Oh yeah, upon the midnight rocks. You say there's no endeavor we couldn't try together, no storm we couldn't weather, we'll ride the wind forever. I hear the words you've spoken, don't let our love be broken. Upon the midnight rocks, oh yeah, upon the midnight rocks. Ah, you know it's easy. Ah, to let it go, believe it. You know you feel it. Don't lose it when you need it. I know that fascination with living each sensation in your imagination. There is no hesitation. I know your mind is turning. Don't let our love lie burning upon the midnight rocks. Oh yeah, upon the midnight rocks. You know it's easy. Ah, to let it go, believe it. Ah, you know you feel it. Ah, don't lose it when you need it. I know that fascination with living each sensation in your imagination. There is no hesitation. I say please understand it. Don't let our love be stranded upon the midnight rocks. Oh yeah, upon the midnight rocks. Upon the midnight rocks. Oh yeah, upon the midnight rocks.
Wine connoisseur, and the man who helped him learn about wine, and I'm delighted he's here because I don't know a thing about this, is the author of Wine Secrets and owner of the Wine Merchant in Beverly Hills, and his name is Dennis Overstreet. Dennis, welcome.
Thank you.
Al, how long does it take? How long does it actually take to teach someone, I mean from scratch, about wine?
Well, we're going to show everyone how to become a wine connoisseur today within probably about 5 short minutes. Very, very easy. The first thing that happens is How many times have you gotten the cork and you wondered, what the heck do you do with it? I mean, do you butter it and
Yeah, I
or
always
do you
do
chop
that.
it up and throw it into
And
salad?
for some reason, I don't
or
drink,
what?
and they always hand me the cork, and I go,
Al,
that's
let's
fine.
go ahead and tell them a little bit about the cork. You don't ask them to chop it up and throw it into salad.
You look for the number of lines on it, first of all. I don't know, where's the camera?
Yeah, right there.
And this one has 3. Well, no, 4, isn't it? That's not
Yeah,
one.
we can almost make out 5.
We can,
This one has very few here.
Right.
that has very few. The more lines, if it has 5 lines, then you're dealing with a very good cork.
These are things that are
very few.
going right across a
Does
very
that
good
mean
cork.
A good cork means a good wine or a good cork?
Probably. Corks can run anywhere from a fraction of a penny up to a quarter. And so if they're going to use a very expensive cork, it tells you automatically that the wine is probably going to be pretty good. The next thing you look on the
Excuse me,
cork...
Dennis, before we go any further, he just received an honor, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
You would tell about that, and then we'll carry on with this.
Al received this last Sunday. He became the 13th person for the French government to recognize as a master connoisseur of food and wine.
Wonderful. That's wonderful.
A very serious recognition.
That's incredible.
That, you see in the picture there, we have the picture just there, and there's Burgess Meredith on the end, and there's Dennis, who was also he became the 14th member.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Anyway, why don't we get along?
Go ahead,
And let
go
me
ahead.
show you a little bit about learning about some wine here.
We're ready.
The secrets about picking up a glass of wine and recognizing exactly what it is. Let me just pass out right here.
Don't pass out till you have a drink.
Yeah. The first thing that we want to do, and tasting wine, is 80% of recognizing it is smell. Every grape varietal has a particular smell that reminds us of a fruit. Like Johannesburg Riesling, that is the first wine here, smells just like dried apricots or...
You're right.
It does, doesn't it?
Just-
It does.
And sometimes it's rather hard to detect this apricot smell, and the way that you want to amplify it is that you swirl the glass around and put your hand right on top of it. Let's go ahead, just swirl it around here. I'll show them how to do this real quick. Swirl it around and put your hand on top. The last minute, pop it, and it'll really explode.
Wow.
You really start to smell dried apricots. Now, every variety has this sort of a thing. If you want to smell Chardonnay, Chardonnay always smells just like apples. When you smell apples in the wine, you know you're drinking California Chardonnay.
See, I thought all this was for decorative purposes. I didn't know all of those things
No.
had a purpose
Is
here.
something going to actually smell
Smell
like a
like
green
olives?
pepper?
Yes?
Yeah.
Why don't we... I mean, the most popular wine today happens to be Cabernet Sauvignon.
It smells
And I'm going
like
to
a
show you,
green
it
pepper?
smells...
Pronounce it.
It smells just like, if we'll all just go ahead and grab that,
And one
smells
person
just
is
like
Cabernet
bell
Sauvignon.
peppers.
Cabernet
Anytime that you smell bell peppers in a wine, you can be pretty sure.
Let me smell.
Go ahead now. You can cheat. Go ahead. Do this. You swirl it. Always swirl your wine, because what's happened is it comes in contact with air, and it sends up this aroma.
Too good. I get
No.
a spicy taste. I get a
It's a spice,
spicy
but,
smell, but it's not really
This is a
very
It's just
little-
a hint.
this is a little-
This kind
It's
of.
spicy. Yes, I think I know what you're after.
Okay.
Okay.
Next thing, I want to tell you exactly how we can pick up a glass of wine and be able to tell how old that bottle of wine is. This is probably the easiest thing. I mean, you've seen connoisseurs before. They pick up this glass of wine. This is the way you always hold it, just like this. Okay, you don't want to put your
Is that
fingerprints
the
on it.
reason these glasses have the stems for that purpose?
Absolutely. This is the way you're supposed to hold it, and you can get it really going around real good here. You do it counterclockwise. Don't ask me why.
Counterclockwise.
Right,
Look at this.
Right, we splash it a little bit on one another
A little
here.
bit on the tablecloth.
Right, but
Make a big hit with the hostess.
that gets the bouquet coming up. Now,
Now, south
All right.
of the equator, do they do
on
it?
the other side of the equator, we do it the other way.
Good.
Flush the toilet, watch the way it goes down,
Okay.
counterclockwise. I don't know why.
Excuse me, I'll be back as soon as I do that. No.
Well, how do we tell how
Now,
old it is?
I'm going to tell you
said?
how you tell how old it is. If you look at,
These glasses are filled.
you can even mix up these two wines. we have,
glasses.
when a wine, thanks, Mike.
Trust me, look at that. We need a little joy is what we
Right.
need.
Yeah,
The hell with the
something in
wine.
it.
Let me tell you how you can tell how old a wine
Did
is.
you say you could
Okay.
mix wine?
No, we're going to mix it up for.
He's got to tell us how old. That's
I want to show you how Al Stewart became a master connoisseur of wine, because we're going to
lay it
mix them
on
up on it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll first tell you.
mix them up for me?
I'll
That's
mix them
fine,
up.
Phil.
Right. You can turn around, Al. Okay. We've got two wines here. This wine is a California wine. Here, I won't say which one it is. This is like Truth or Consequences or something. The way you can tell how old the wine is if it's less than 3 years in the bottle, it has a bluish color in that red. As it gets older, it starts to have a brownish tinge in it, in the color. Okay? So you can see now.
Colorblind, you're in big trouble
If you're
here, right?
colorblind, you're in serious trouble.
Big trouble.
Okay, you can see. See, one has more purple in it, and the other has more brown in it. The next thing, French
tell right at the
wines,
top, see?
French wines sort of have a smell of olives rather than bell peppers. Okay. Now, this one here is the California. This one's the French.
Now, because Al is turned around, does that mean he can't hear what you're saying?
He doesn't know which one I said, right?
I was about to say the same thing.
Right? You want to mix them up?
No, I was
Go
only
ahead.
asking.
Come on, this isn't rigged.
Can I mix them
Mix
up?
them up.
Oh,
Right, go ahead.
It's not even.
Donnie,
Hurry
I'll
up,
let you do it.
I've got more
Okay,
things to
here we
tell
go.
here.
Okay.
Here we go.
Poor guy, my
Okay,
God.
now hold
It's
up
tough
the-
to be a
hold up
rock
the
star.
Don't turn around. Hold up the towel.
Hold up the towel.
Okay.
And get promoted to a
Okay.
master connoisseur.
Okay.
All right, Al.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay, well, I know exactly which it is. I mean, this is obviously the French wine. This is the Chateau La Pointe 1970. Just looking at it straight away. This is a rather unfortunate 1978 California serving.
good?
Very
And I'm
good.
right.
Very good.
Is it good? Now, any one of you could do that. All you got to know is the little thing. I'm going to show you one little more.
Can I ask
We
you a
got to
question?
celebrate. We have a
Do
glass of
wine
champagne.
stewards know when you are knowledgeable and know what you're talking about? I mean, have you ever been intimidated by
yeah,
one?
no, I mean, we tend to intimidate wine stewards, but there are some things that wine stewards do which are quite fantastic. I once had one deliver a bottle of vintage port upside down. This is never a good move. because it's,
You're
it's
not-
full
you're
of,
not supposed-
Now,
it's full
why
of
is
sediment.
this glass shaped this way?
That's a tough question to ask. You know, most champagne glasses should be the flutes, but this was done after Marie Antoinette's breast. That's the truth. They took the mold
She
from
had
her
a
breast.
problem, didn't she?
Yeah,
Well,
that stem
no.
really got in the way.
It's supposed to be clean, right? No.
Great place.
I was going to tell you. What do you do when your champagne goes flat on you? Yeah. You
Call
power.
Marie Antoinette is what you do.
I want to show you a little trick. If your champagne ever goes flat on you, just take a raisin and throw it in. And
Really?
It will start
Look at
getting
that.
it bubbling again.
And
These
you
are little
don't think
tricks.
anyone will notice that if you
Mike,
Another little thing.
can you imagine the kind of pasties she needed to...
Yes, my gosh.
I was going to teach you about wine.
Go ahead, Dennis. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Well,
ahead.
they want to tell you about the things they
I
already
know
about.
Okay.
Now we got the bottle of champagne open. I mean, we don't have to drink it off. We want to keep it still bubbling. Take any piece of stainless steel, drop it in,
Cooked
and
turkey
all you
with
gotta
that
do-
last week. The wine's gonna taste like turkey. I made a turkey with that last week.
You put the metal in
just
there?
put that in and put a piece of tin foil over the top. And you can come back 3 days later, and your champagne's still going to be good.
No metallic taste?
No metallic taste. Stainless steel.
That's wonderful.
Okay?
Stainless steel.
That's a good little
It
hint.
works.
You want to hear some more things?
Yes. I want to hear about this before we say goodbye. Right here.
Now, I want to tell you about some frauds. Can I? This happens to be absolutely sensational. If you want to bluff your way through wine tastings anytime, just remember these names: Romani Conti, Bollinger, Marquis de Laguiche Montrachet, or Chateau Petrus. Those are
Why does this cost $450?
Well, it's very old, and there isn't much of it left in the world.
So if you bought this, you would keep it. Nobody ever drinks it. You just buy it. And
if I bought it, I would certainly drink it, but there are only 4 acres of that particular vineyard, and so that its production is, what, 8,000
You have to
bottles?
really
each bottle is numbered. What's special about that wine is on account of that when you pull the cork, you'll just be absolutely just knocked out by the bouquet, because it's sort of like musk and leather. if you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic. It's absolutely, this would be, after you had this, you would you'd almost end up screaming.
Is it
that good?
Is that good?
Yeah, it's that good.
This is, it says
You wouldn't brush your teeth for 3 weeks.
Really?
No, it's that
For
good.
$450, I believe it.
No, that is serious
Read on
drinking.
my friends is all. That's 1953. Dennis, we are out of time, but may I invite you back sometime when we have more time, because this is
great.
fascinating. It takes time. Dennis,
I'm a good teacher, huh?
some great new fashion. I want to thank you, Bernie, for being here very much.
I loved it, Mike.
Enjoyed
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you,
You
Mike.
were such a surprise, a pleasant one, Donnie.
Wonderful
And
timing.
Della, it's always a joy having you.
Well, you know about how much I love you already.
Thank you. And I want to tell you that we are going to hear now from my guest with his biggest hit of the year. Here's Al Stewart.
On a morning from a Bogart movie, in a country where they turn back time, you go strolling through the crowd like Peter Laura contemplating a crime. She comes out of the sun in a silk dress, running like a watercolor in the rain. Don't bother asking for explanation, she'll just tell you that she came in the year of the cat. She doesn't give you time for questions as she locks up your arm in hers, and you follow till your sense of which direction completely disappears. By the blue tiled walls near the market stalls, there's a hidden door she leads you to. These days, she says, I feel my life just like a river running through the year of the cat.
Join the fun with Bob Eubanks and the Newlyweds tonight at 5:30 on the Newlywed Game. The noon movie, Weekend at the Waldorf, is next on Q61.